Hey kids, and welcome to today's episode of Punctuation Planet! I'm your host, Professor Punctuation! Oh look kids, you caught me reading my favorite book! Diana Hacker's A Pocket Style Manual, 4th edition! Sick! Now everyone, please turn to page 85 in your books. I'll give you some time. Alright, let's begin! 21A, the period. Now is this an AP class or what? The period comes at the end of every sentence except for those that are questions and genuine exclamations. Ah! Periods are also used for personal titles such as Mr. period, which is MR period as you know, MRS period for Mrs. DR period for doctor. Use them for Latin abbreviations like etc. ETC period. Use them for academic degrees like B period A period for bachelor's or PH period D for a PhD. Also use them for systems of chronology, say AD or BC. And last but not least, the time! AM period PM. 21B, the question mark. Is that a question? Question marks are found at the end of questions.
Caution! Do not use a question mark for an indirect question.
Example! Layla asked to go to the bathroom. Now this would not require a question mark at the end, but rather a period, because it's an indirect question. 21C! Exclamation point! Only use an exclamation point when the sentence needs that additional emphasis.
Caution! Don't overuse the exclamation point!
Ah!
Here's the boring part. 21D. The dash. The dash may be used to set off material that deserves special emphasis. When typing, use 2 hyphens to form a dash, with no spaces before or after them. If your word processing program has what is known as an M dash, you may use it instead, with no space before or after it. Use a dash to introduce a list, use the dash to introduce a list, a restatement, an amplification, or a dramatic shift in tone or thought. Kier took a few steps back, came running full speed, kicked a mighty kick, dash, and missed the ball. Use a pair of dashes to set off parenthetical material that deserves special emphasis or to set off an appositive that contains commas. In my hometown, the basic need of people, food, clothing, and shelter, are less costly than in Denver. 21E. Parentheses. Ho ho.
Oh, are we rolling? Use parentheses to enclose supplemental material, minor digressions, and afterthoughts. Ah!
After taking her temperature, pulse, and blood pressure, routine vital signs, the nurse made Becky comfortable. Routine vital signs was used to categorize temperature, pulse, and blood pressure, thus making it an afterthought and placing it in parentheses.
Parentheses can also be used to surround letters or numbers used in labeling a series. Example: there are 3 things essential to being like Professor Punctuation. 1. Charm. 2. Stutter shades. 3. Killer smile. Caution, 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 caution. Caution, do not overuse parentheses because they can make a sentence sound clumsy. Aren't parentheses fun?
21F! Brackets!
It's time for brackets. Use brackets to enclose any words inserted into an otherwise word-for-word quote. Inserted words can give meaning to a quotation. Duh! Hey, Sarah!
Hey, Professor Punctuation! My teacher told me the animal could kill me. My teacher told me the animal
Bracket, a venomous cobra. Bracket.
could kill me.
Now it's time for the sickest rule of all. In fact, it's called the sick rule. If the letters SIC are found in brackets within a quotation, it means that there's an error in the original quotation. Let's break that down. According to the review, K.D. Lang's performance was brilliant. Quotations, exceeding, bracket, sick, bracket, the expectations of even her most loyal fans.
21G! Ellipses!
Hey, Sarah!
Hey, Professor Punctuation!
Here's an example of ellipses as I asked Sarah how her day was. How was your day, Sarah?
It sucked. So today we were playing Foursquare and Megan said I was out, but I wasn't. So I chucked the Foursquare ball at her. So she went and told the yard duty. The yard duty told the principal, and he was like, "Sarah, please come down to the office." And I was like, "I didn't do nothing." And he was like, "Yeah, you threw a ball at that girl." And I was like, "No, it was Katie." And I was like, and so the principal was like, "You're horrible, Sarah. You need to go see your parents right now." And so totally overall, it was pretty bad.
Now check it out when I add an ellipses. How was your day, Sarah?
It sucked. Overall, it was pretty bad.
21H, the slash. Use the slash to separate 2 or 3 lines of poetry. There should be a space before and after. In the opening lines of Jordan, George Herbert pokes fun at popular poems of his time. Who says that fiction's only and false hair, slash, become a verse? Is there in truth no beauty? You can also use the slash to separate options, such as pass, fail, right, wrong. Avoid using the slash for he, she, and or, and his, her. That's a no-no. I hope you all loved learning about punctuation as much as I did. But hey, I'm Professor Punctuation. Tune in next time, boys and girls. Kapow!